Good morning students, this is Bhavani working in Government Polytechnic Medak. So subject programming NC. Today's topic we will discuss about the what is an algorithm and what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of the algorithm and some of the examples. Let me see. So in the last class we discussed about the what is an computer, what is a computer, what is the block diagram of the computer, programming, and what are the steps involving programming and types of errors. So these are the topics we discussed in the last class. So now let's we see the introduction of the algorithm. The word algorithms comes from the word organism, the Arabian inventor, and means recipe, method, techniques, or the procedure. He belongs to the Arabian. He introduced the algorithm. What is an algorithm? He introduced it. So generally speaking, the field of computer science may be described as the science of algorithm, study of algorithm. We need the language for describing algorithm and then machines for executing this algorithm. Okay, the word algorithm originate the word from algorithm means process of doing algorithm with Arabic numerals. Mathematical historian believes the word comes from the name of a famous Arab mathematician Algorithm who developed the methods for solving problems which use specific step-by-step instructions. Algorithm developed the methods for solving the problems so which used specific step-by-step instructions. The word algorithm was somehow combined with the word arithmetic to becomes algorithm. Okay, so algorithm is developed by Algorithm. He belongs to Arabian inventor. Algorithm is nothing but the procedure. It is a method. Is nothing but the step-by-step procedure, step-by-step method, or the step-by-step instructions for solving the problem we will be use it. Algorithm comes from the arithmetic, the word arithmetic, and it becomes a algorithm. An algorithm is a step-by-step solution to a problem written in familiar language. Algorithm definition: algorithm is a step-by-step procedure for solving the problem or the finite. An algorithm is a finite steps, finite sequence of steps, sequence of 12 steps for solving a problem is also called the algorithm. It is a step-by-step procedure for solving the problem. What is the informal definition? Let me see. In algorithm also we have the input is there, processing part will be there, and output will be there. So these are the three steps will be used. Input list. So it will be take the input and we will be making in the step by step and for doing the task, and then it will be produce the result. That is called the input. What are the essential properties of the algorithm? What are the properties are there? Let me see. So algorithm is an very simple. Yeah, it is an very simple. It is very simple. Next, it is an easy to understand, and it is an very clear with no ambiguity, and there is no confusion will be there. What we are written, it is a very simple language like English only. It should be lead to the unique solution of the problem, and different solutions for the problem you can be written in different ways. It should involve the finite number of steps to arrive at the solution. So the number of steps will be involved here. Number of steps can be used here. So what are the characteristics of the algorithm? Means it should be the simple, it should be the clear and with no ambiguity, and it is easy to understand, and it leads to the unique solution to the problem, and it should involve the finite number of steps to arrive the solution. It should have the capability to handle some unexpected situations which may arise during the solution of the problem. It has the ability to handle unexpected situations. What are the expected situations? It may be you can be solve the problem also. And what are the steps we involve in for developing the algorithm? Let me see. So clearly understand the problem statement, so proper algorithm can be involved. If we understand the problem, then we can be easily write the proper. Study the output to be generated so that input can be specified. So what is an input we are giving? For example, sum of two numbers. So for the sum of two inputs, we require the two inputs we required it and one output. So we should know how many outputs should be displayed and how many inputs should be displayed. For example, sum of three numbers and average of three numbers. Here we will be get the two outputs and we are taking the three inputs. So like that we have to be thinker. We have to study the output to be generated so that input can be specified, how many inputs is required. Design the process which will be produce the desired result after taking the input. So we have to design that. So here designing is nothing but making the flow charts or drawing the architectures and how the input is taking and how the output is displaying. What is the result? Define the process. Test the algorithm by giving the test data and see if the desired output is generated. If not, make appropriate changes in the process and repeat the process. If any modification, so while checking the algorithm, if any modifications is there, you can be change it. So you can be make changes in that process and repeat the process again and again. So modifications can be done. So we have to test the data whether input is accepting or not, and the processing, how the processing is going on, and then it producing the result or not. You have to be check it. So for developing the algorithm, we have the steps also is there. Okay, problem definition, development of the model, specifications of an algorithm, designing an algorithm, checking the correctness of an algorithm, analysis of the algorithm, implementation of an algorithm, program testing, documentation preparation. So these are the steps will be involving for developing an algorithm. So we have to define the problem, we have to develop the model and specification of the algorithms here, how many inputs and how the processing and how the output. We have to design the algorithm, we have to make in the step by step procedure and check whether it is correct or not, correctness of the algorithm, and we have to analyze. So what we prepared is correct or not, we have to be check it, we have to implement it, and program testing, documentation preparation has to be done. What are the advantages? So what are the advantages of the algorithm? So it is a step by step process for the given problem, so which is easy to understand. Yeah, because what we want to make it, so we are making in the step by step, so it is very easy to understand it. If it is very clear, then we can be easily understand by the others also. It has a got finite procedures which is executed within the set of period of time. So within the period of time we need to execute also. So what we define it, it has to be execute also. So our main advantage, because we are writing in the step by step, so it is very easy to understanding and it is very clear, and we are making the finite procedures, we are defining the procedures which are executed within the set of period of the time. So it is easy to first develop an algorithm and then it convert into flowchart and then into computer program, because we are not writing directly into the computer programming, but first we are learning the how to write the algorithm. So if we learn in the theory part, then we can be write in the flowcharts. In the flowchart we will be making the flowchart in the symbol format, and then we write the instructions with the help of the program. So in the programming part, we know the instructions we have to be learned, and then we have to write the programming part. So that's why it is an easy. It has got a beginning and an end within which they are defined procedures to produce the output within the specified period of the time. So what we are, so every we will be start and every we have to be end. Every problem there is a starting point will be there, ending point will be there. In middle we will be taking the input and the procedures and the output, the processing part and the output will be specified it. So we will making the step by step, so that's why it is very easy to check the errors. So it is easy to debug it, as very step has the own logical sequence will be there, has got its own logical sequence. It is independent of programming language. It is not depend on any language, it is an independent. Let me see the disadvantages. What is the drawback for that? It is in time consuming, because it is in English only, but while executing here test data, it's take the time, so that's why it is a time consuming. Algorithm is developed first and which will be converted into the flowchart and then programming, so we are not writing directly, so it becomes a drawback. Algorithm is a part of the blueprint or the plan of the computer program, and it is an algorithm is effective procedure for solving the classes of a problem in a finite number of the steps. An effective procedure for solving the classes of the problem in a finite number of steps. So number of steps it can be solved. So every algorithm we have the 5 characteristics are there, 5 features will be there: input, output, definiteness, finiteness, and effectiveness. Effectiveness or nothing but the finiteness is nothing but the termination is also. Input, algorithm may specify the qualities which are to be read. So how many inputs we required it, we need to specify, that is an input. Output is nothing but the displaying or the printing. Algorithm must specify the quantities which are to be displayed or printed. Defineness, each instruction must be clear. What the instruction we are writing, that should be the clear. And next, unambiguous, there is no confusion should be there. Effectiveness, algorithm must be effective, which means all operations are executable. We must avoid the cases like division by 0 or etc. Termination is nothing but every algorithm is be terminated after number of steps. Okay, these are the 5 characteristics of the algorithm. Features, 5 features: input, output, defineness, effectiveness, and next last one is an termination. So write an algorithm for the largest of 3 numbers. Example, let me see examples. For the largest of 3 numbers, how many inputs we required it here? We required the 3 inputs. To find the largest of 3 numbers, start, read 3 numbers, number 1, number 2, number 3. We have to be finding largest, we are not calculating here. So number 1 is greater than number 2. For example, if you are going the number 1 5, number 2 6, and number 3 7, so which is the largest number? 7. So 5 is greater than 6. Condition is true or false? It is false. So that's why it will be go to the next step. That is in step 4 it will be go 2. That is in 6 greater than 7. Condition is true. 6 greater than 7. Condition is false. Again it will be print to the else part. It will be go to, that is the number is largest. Otherwise it will be go to step 6. In the step 5, 1 and 3 it will be checked. So there is an 5 and 7. So in that, which is the largest one, it will be printed and it will be end. This is the step by step procedure we are taking. We are taking the 3 numbers. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And what are the advantages and disadvantages here? Using algorithm, we can avoid the problem before they occur, because we are writing in the step by step what are the problems will be occurring, we can be avoid it. And determining the area, which area it is very difficult and which line we are making that. And testing and debugging the process saves the money and time. Divide the task up between the team members efficiently. Easy to project manage. And we have the drawbacks will be there without going without algorithm means more choices of errors will be occurring, because we are not using directly. If we write the algorithm, we will get the more errors. Area difficult be unknown, where we are writing a mistake, it is very difficult. Testing and debugging may be complicated, because for checking it is very difficult. It may be able to produce the quicker solution, that is a large risk. Can suit individuals. Some team members may have bigger task, so at the time it is very difficult. It is suitable for the small, and time and the scope is largely unknown. So these are the good and these are the bad. Algorithm in real life. Yeah, these are the live examples. Algorithm. If you are baking a cake, so what are the procedures we required it? How to solve this? Start. Preheat the oven in 180 degrees centigrade and prepare a baking pan. Beat butter with sugar. Mix with the flavor, egg and essence vanilla. Pour the dough into the baking pan. Put the pan into the oven and end. So this is the procedure we will be making for the cake. We have to start it. We have to take the oven with the 180 degrees, and next prepare baking pan. We have to take the butter with the sugar, mix with flavor, that is then maida pindi we will call, egg and vanilla, and pour the dough into the baking pan and put in the oven. That is the end. And we are using here divide and conquer method. So every work we will be making in the parts. Directly we are not doing, we are making in the step by step. So that is the divide and conquer method is going on here. Prepare a breakfast. How to preparing the breakfast? Start. Prepare the breakfast. End. Divide and conquer. Start. Prepare breakfast. Prepare tuna sandwich. Prepare some chips also. Okay, in the breakfast I am preparing the sandwich, chips and cup of coffee. How we have to be prepared? Let me see. First we have to go for the breakfast. Start. Prepare breakfast. Prepare tuna sandwich. So how to prepare the sandwich? Take the 2 slices of bread. Prepare tuna paste and prepare the chips. For the sandwich, for the preparing sandwich I'm taking the 2 steps. We are taking 2 slices as well as the paste. For preparing the chips and preparing the cup of coffee, let me see. Start. Prepare breakfast. Tuna sandwich, taking 2 slices of bread and tuna paste. Chips. So for the chips, how to we will make? We have to cut the potatoes into the slices. Fry the potatoes, 2 steps. Then we need to prepare the breakfast. Next, start preparing the breakfast. Tuna sandwich, we are taking the 2 slices of bread, preparing tuna paste. Chips, we are taking the potatoes into slices and fry the potatoes. Make a cup of coffee. How we will be preparing the coffee? We need to boil the water, add the water with sugar and with coffee, and end. So we are preparing the 3 breakfast, 3 types, 1 sandwich, 1 chips, another one is in coffee. For everything we are making in the step by step. For the sandwich we are taking the slice of bread and paste. Then after preparing we are going for the next step, that is in chips. If you want to prepare some chips, we are cutting the potatoes into slices and then we are making fry and keeping away, and then we are making the coffee. We are boiling the water and we are add the water with sugar with the coffee. So what is the connection between this real life process and algorithm? So in real life we are making, just we are preparing. In the algorithm also we need to prepare in the step by step procedure for every problem. For example, sum of 2 numbers, if you are going, we need to start it, read the 2 numbers a and b, and then we have to process, that is, and we have to do sum. So that is in calculation, sum is equals to a plus b. Then step 4 we need to print sum, and next in the step 5 is an stop, that is an end. So like that in real life process and algorithm is an total different, is the same. So algorithm is nothing but the step by step procedure to solve the problem, that is called the algorithm. And what are the features we are taking for the algorithm? Input output processing part, that is an procedure, finiteness, defineness, and next effectiveness. So these are the 5 features we are using in the algorithm. For developing the algorithm also, we are identifying the problem, we are developing the module, and we are designing the algorithm, and we are checking the algorithm, and next we are checking and making the testing part. We are making the correctness, and then we are testing the test execution part, then implementing the algorithm, and final documentation we are doing. Okay. In this class we discussed about so we are preparing the algorithm for the given problem, and what are the steps that will be occur in the solutions. Let me go for the quiz. Dash is a step-by-step procedure to solve the algorithm. Program, flowchart, algorithm. Answer is algorithm. Next, frequently asking questions. What is then defining the algorithm? Algorithm with examples. Thank you. So in this class we discussed the algorithm, steps and example. In the next class we will be discussed about the flow chart, and the symbols of flow chart, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of the flow charts. Okay girls, thank you.